and then they go to the UFC and they'd get steamrolled.
So you had it.
Yeah, and I don't know if this is like globally or it's just a UK thing, but people talk about UFC Jitters, they call it in this country. That's in the US as well?
I mean, when I got in there, I was in WEC, then I went up to fight Kid Yamamoto. You know what? It's kind of hard for me to say I did because I was at 135, so it was kind of like the infancy stage where heavyweight's been around forever. So you had like,
so that you didn't feel that much pressure when you went in there.
I didn't feel as much pressure because we're kind of like the infancy. Well, the heavyweight's been around forever in the UFC.
But people talk about like the UFC jitters as in like the nerves and the adrenaline dump, like it's going to be way bigger and you're not going to perform as well. That's what they're getting at when they're talking about it. So I was like, I don't want to get that. Like I want to have as many fights as I can before I get there. But you know, it actually worked out really well for me is that my first fight was in Abu Dhabi on Fight Island and there was nobody there. So it was like that. So I had like 4 fights before I even fought in front of a crowd.
Wow. In the UFC?
In the UFC, yeah.
That's fucking crazy.
But then I went from, so it was actually a nice little build up because I went from the first Abu Dhabi card, which was like literally 10 people in the building, 20 people in the building. Then the next one, they started like slowly letting more, so there was probably like 100 people in the building. Then I fought in Vegas and it was probably a similar 100 people. And then the time after that was in Vegas again in the Apex. But they started letting like small crowds in then. So there was probably like between 500 and 1,000 people. And then when I made, then my next fight was in London and they put me on main event against Volkov. And there's like 22,000 people. But I was already like used to the interview process. The UFC gloves, Dana White sitting cage side, the cameras, like I was used to everything then. And it was like, I was all right with it. Yeah, I was fine with it. But it was like a nice slow build for me.